Seriously, though. Okay, that's a big one. Okay. So, post. No. Which means it could be bids. No. Deny? Getting closer.
Deny. Deleted. Okay.
What is love?
I'm gonna go make that drink.
I'm down with that. Okay. Dud removed. Dud removed. Oh, now it's removing a bunch of things I already got. That's, like, you know, so helpful.
It is, isn't it?
Deny is the closest I've come thus far. Ah, there we go. Dud removed. Tries reset. Excellent. Let's try beat. No. So D, N, or Y. Let's try hang. There we go. Yeah, nice going, Founder B, man. You were right ahead of me. Deacon like that.
We've been traveling for a spell. I was hoping to have some words with you.
I'm listening.
I'm used to flying solo, but I got to admit, working with you makes me think I've been missing out. Having someone watching your back is refreshing, especially since you never know when the Institute is watching.
Don't get all mushy on me.
Oh, I was just about to open up about my first pet mole rat, Bessie, and the time we had to put her down. Some people at HQ were jealous. You took the big nap and everyone you knew is long gone. Now, hear me out on the silver lining. If a human in the railroad slips up, then they expose friends and loved ones to danger. You're safe from that.
You saying that losing my boy is a good thing?
Oh, Jesus, no, I didn't mean that. Look, if the church gets compromised and the coursers are on our tail, at least you're not putting more people in harm's way. That's all. It doesn't matter much to me. I'm a synth.
Oh.
At least that's what they tell me. So
cool.
Really
Deacon is a sim. We always kind of wondered about
Lori
that.
and me and the others, it's easier to dedicate ourselves to the cause.
You're a synth? Why didn't you tell me before?
I don't like talking about it. I was one of the first synths they did the whole cranium reboot on, so it was a bit of a botched job.
That
Most
explains a
synths
whole
have
lot.
Fun fake memories, a happy home, a family. Me, I got nothing, and that, well, it does something to you. Since we're traveling together, I want you to take this. It's my recall code. If you ever need to know something about the Institute, read it to me.
I appreciate the trust.
Yeah, well, about that. Don't use the code unless you absolutely have to. It'll wipe my memories. I'm not sure how much of me will even be left. You know, I'd just feel better if you didn't read it until you need it.
Okay. Well, that's kind of neat. Into the credit union. So is there anything hostile in here is the question. Pre-war money, pre-war money, pre-war money. It's probably like Mirelurks in here or something. Hey, with Deacon, you never know what to believe. He really could be, well, who knows. Ooh, Nuka-Cola Quantum. Nuka-Cola. That's fair, Deacon. And, okay then. And then we got the vault. Okay, we got Gerald's password. Abby, man, pre-war money is a good trade good just because it has no weight and it's still got value. And also, it's technically cloth, so you can use it to build beds and such. So you can literally stuff your mattress with money. Okay. Somebody rated this place pretty good. Some plasma cartridges, a safe with a master lock. Somebody put caps in the safe deposit box. Files. And then one lock. Now, I suppose we probably could have gone back at this point and gotten the password from,
Sweet.
That is some precision picking there.
gotten the password to get the, from Leslie's birthday from the mainframe and then gotten in here, but I do things my way. Let's see, weapons workbench. Take an aluminum can, why not? And then some fusion cells.
Perfect.
Oh, the prototype UP-77 Limitless Potential. Unlimited ammo capacity laser pistol. It basically never needs to be reloaded. So let's take a look at the lab terminal here.
So what I miss?
Just kind of poking around, getting into the
Causing
lab.
trouble, like usual.
Yep. So let's see, containment problems. Dean's been trying to have Professor Campbell tailed. Curtis brought up the idea of giving us unrestricted access to the lab. We've had trouble containing the plasma scattering from the electron beam. I've checked and rechecked the professor's calculations, and they seem good, but it just doesn't replicate in our practicals. Progress has improved. Parents say I've gotten a job with the credit union. Have been pushing me to go into banking. If they knew Mr. Rivera is actually a sergeant undercover, they would flip. We've been having much better results with containing the plasmons. Never heard that term before. Since we decided to try focusing the electron beam down to around 200 nanometers. The scattering patterns are showing up with much better grouping on the cathodoluminescence graph. At this scale, it may not end up being...
I've heard of.
It may not end up being any good for reactor containment, but we might at least be able to improve energy consumption for small industrial or weaponry uses. I can't believe Professor Campbell used my birthday as the password, or that Curtis had to look it up. What is going on?
Wait, what did Deacon talk about?
Oh, you did miss that. Oh, Deacon talked about his past and that he's a synth. But he was one of the first jobs where they did the memory rewrite, so he has no memories. Not even the typical happy family memories everybody else has. Let's see. What's going on? EMP. Knocking out the power and Sergeant Rivera told us to stay in the lab, but it's been 3 days and we can hear explosions going off. Professor Campbell was supposed to be in around noon, but never show up, and our friends or parents are out there. Curtis says everything will be okay, but I can see in his eyes he's just trying to keep it together. So they were in here after the bomb's down. We've been in here a few weeks now, according to the data on the terminal. An explosion took out the data on the parking garage after I made my last log entry. It's quieter, but every few hours we still hear explosions. We've decided to try to continue the research. If we were at war, it might help, and if nothing else, it will help us pass the time. I'm thinking that if we adjust the angle of the parabolic reflector and focus the electron beam even further, it might get us what we need. Professor Campbell had the lab stocked up with plenty of food and water, so we should be safe here for at least a few more weeks. Time to leave. Small scale seemed to be the right direction. We brought the wavelength down to around 75 nanometers and have been getting a pretty impressive capture rate. Both of the prototypes are running at a much higher capacity. We ran out of food a couple days ago and I only have a couple cans of water left. So we have no choice but to leave the lab. We have no idea of what we'll find out there or if anyone is still alive. We've decided to leave one of the prototypes here, in case Professor Campbell made it out, so you know we finished it. Maybe it's a futile gesture, but Curtis agreed with me. He asked me to marry him. If there's anything left out there, I said yes. Well, that's kind of nice, but we kind of suspect that she was dead right next to that computer. Oh, and yeah, there's the destroyed terminal. So now we have a New laser weapon.
I still think that you should name it what I suggested earlier.
Oh?
I don't remember it.
Oh,
That was your job.
Oh, I know what you mean. Oh, wait. Did I miss anything on this wall?
Did you get the safes?
I don't think I got these safes.
Oh, come on. Deacon's more like a masquerading, you know,
Got it.
Nick.
Ooh, missiles.
And a gold-plated flip lighter. How nice.
So yeah, okay, it's a good thing I'm actually looking at these.
Hey, I at least admit when I have some timers.
Oh, sparks are flying. That's it. I was thinking about the disguises.
The disguises. He's like a disguises Nick.
I like it. There we go, master lock.
Sweet.
All kinds of rounds.
Anyway, hey, I recognize that I have squirrel.
Yeah. You know,
Sometimes, especially when I'm drinking, if
Ooh.
we are drinking, I will
Bobby
sit there.
Finn box and bourbon.
I will sit there and be like, okay, yeah, this sounds like a good idea, and I'll be saying something, and I will suddenly just be like, squirrel. There's a kitty.
That's always the case, though.
Hey,
Kitties are very distracting.
I go for a walk, and I sit there, and I'm always on the lookout. Oh, look, there's a kitty. Maybe I can get close enough, and it'll let me pet him.
A friend to all animals, great and small.
I still want a tiger.
I am down with you having a tiger.
I just don't know how we would feed it.
Pretty much.
It's like, there's a part of me that's always wanted a tiger. Then I recognize the fact that I don't. Yeah,
That's just a terrible idea.
it's a bad idea. How would I feed him?
Okay, so we're going in the front end of the thing here just to see if there's anything we missed.
See, I'm not the only one.
Ooh.
Beware of sudden unexpected kitty. You know, you would be surprised at the number of times unexpected kitty just like darts out of nowhere, and you're just like, it's like the day we were going down to, we both decided to walk down to get our mail from our mailbox, and I look up and I'm like, honey, there's a kitty. And you're like, where? Like, he's blending.
Yes.
And I'm like, he's by that tree.
But somebody
I
had
was
their,
not clear because there were two trees. I'm like, it's the tree directly in front of me.
somebody also had their Christmas tree like leaned up against their fence, and I'm sitting there looking at the Christmas tree like,
Is there
okay.
a kitty around it?
Yeah, because it's like, okay, well, the Christmas tree kind of stands out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay.
Okay, so that would make sense. No. I'm like, no, the kitty was on the other side of the walkway.
Yeah. So I was completely lost.
So he was completely lost, and then the kitty ran away from me. And I was so sad, because I was like, I just wanted to make friends. I wasn't going to do anything.
Okay, so we're going to go back to the railroad and turn in our quests.
Well, because heck, I used to actually, slightly humorous story. So when I was a kid, my sister would trap feral cats in our garage.
Mm-hmm.
And she would try to get them to like her, which, you know, for feral cats, it takes some time. And I went ahead and I would sit there and I'd just like sit with them and hang out. And most of the time, they would hang out with me more than her. I was that asshole.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to go and wait.
The cover of the LP of Thriller
Help to God the
has
Institute
Michael and a
has
tiger kitten. Fortunately for us, he turned out to be completely sane. It should be buyer's remorse.
Where's Desdemona? Why is she... Oh, she's back in here?
No.
Ah, Deacon's back in his normal costume. Yeah, she's out here. It's pointing me this way.
Why is Desdemona out here?
Maybe somebody else walked the Freedom Trail.
and she's capping their ass?
Probably.
Well, okay, if you say so.
Okay, so, and she's managed to sneak around behind us. Okay, Desi?
She went in the other entrance. She's no longer in the church. Actually, herding cats is, I don't know. I mean, it's...
I'm a professional cat herder, and...
One more hour and...
I don't know. I mean... Well, I think it's easier if you don't throw bricks at them.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, or threaten to... I'll be honest, there's only been one cat that I've ever threatened with a pan. And that was my neighbor's cat. Who, on the regular...
Oh.
On the regular, this cat would sit there and attack me because he was a total ass.
I forgot. I remember where these people are now.
What?
They're sitting out in Hangman's Alley. You know, where I sat there and said I wasn't going to do the Institute stuff.
Oh.
They're over there waiting for me.
They're like, hey, what you doing, man? I don't know. What are we doing? Well, you can't take Deacon to the Institute. That'd just be wrong.
True.
You might not be able to turn in these quests until you visit the Institute.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, what's gonna happen?
I think it depends on the person about whether or not herding cats is easy, moderate difficulty, or just like pulling out your own hair.
Yeah. I mean, really, the important thing about herding cats is to make sure that the cats think it's their own idea.
Well, heck, that's like I can herd our cats. Hell, I just have to walk into another room, and the cats usually follow me.
Do. Hey, Tinker Tom.
Is this an Institute of Learning or cats?
You know, I love the fact that he's got a dead raider tucked under his desk.
We are in business.
Ahem.
We are in business.
You cannot do anything until you do this.
Maybe Desdemona will,
She's just going to tell you, get in there, get to the Institute, and tell us what you see on the inside.
I suppose you're right. Well, we'll see.
You can't bring Deacon to this.
Got activity, Des. Not sure how long before it peaks.
The Institute is a huge unknown. Before we can make any plans, we need to do something.
Oh, well.
Tell you, is the most closely guarded secret the Railroad has. It's time you learn about Patriot.
Are you talking about
There's
the
a man
MIM
or
104
woman, we're
Patriot
not
missile
sure,
system?
inside the Institute who helped
It's a weapon
since
system.
escape to freedom. Dozens
Bombs
of
or
Synths
something.
owe him their lives. We don't know his name. We've never had a way to contact him, so we gave him the code name Patriot. If your plan works,
We shall
and
not
you're
go
able
there.
to get inside the Institute.
The Institute
we
is a
need
silly
you to make
place.
contact.
We will not go there.
How can I contact him if you know nothing about him?
Patriot devised a method to communicate with us one way. The plan hinges on us using this method to close the loop and contact him back.
Okay.
I can't risk that. I need to find my son.
I'm confident you can find a way to do both. I leave it to your discretion. Tom's encrypted a message for Patriot's eyes only. Once he sees it, he'll
Deacon's all
contact you.
whingy about it.
Until you make contact,
He's a synth,
and
of course he
probably
is.
after, you need to stay in their good graces. You need to infiltrate them.
Real
Can you
spy
do that?
stuff.
Can you be our agent
And then
on
you
the
can sit there and
inside?
start pulling some of the shit that Deacon pulls.
Yep.
Throw on different costumes in the middle of, you know, a firefight.
Bring it on.
You can do this. I believe in you. Stand on the platform and I'll give you the holotape. Just plug it into any Institute terminal and wait for the reply. Tom, talk to me.
Ready when...
How much crap am I carrying?
A lot.
Oh, 272. That's not too bad. Oh, looking just
Maybe you
like that.
can eat your way out of it.
Yeah, I'm sure I can.
Finally gonna sit there and think you're some goddamn James Bond.
Okay, I'm stuck. Des?
So stand still. You gotta lock in all those molecules of yours. Hopefully we won't miss any. There's only, 60 trillion of them. All right, feeding our baby some
I'm
juice.
just impressed that
Let's
they
see
know
what
what
she's got.
molecules
Take
are.
this holotape. You need it to contact Patriot.
Oh man, don't worry.
And then I'll be a real boy?
Tom,
And have friends
do
and boxer
whatever you can
briefs?
to gain their trust.
And I'm a super spy.
Lie. Tell
Yeah.
them what they want to hear. Make up a cover story and sell it.
Let's see what I got in my bag of tricks.
Oh, Desdemona, you've never been so hot.
Work together, people.
Why she got her weapon out?
I got it.
I think that you were being attacked.
Just get all the information you can.
Yeah, I love like the wiggling, like
It looks like the port that sat there and snapped off and is
If we
waving
can
like a
disable or destroy the
waving,
Institute, we may have
wacky
to
waving
do it.
inflatable tube man.
Drop that holotape into any terminal, and Patriot will make.
this is like so
He has to.
steampunk. If we have just sit there and
We got it.
like
Find a way to save them.
we have jury-rigged this whole thing together.
And just like that, you were sent how far away? Who knows?
Completed the molecular level. Scotty? Scotty?
Beam me up, Scotty. Where the hell are we?
Okay. Looks
Ooh,
kind of vaulty.
toolbox.
I've got plenty of stuff right now, so I'm not
I was
gonna...
gonna just say take the duct tape. As that is a usable thing. Get drunk. He took a drink just before he went.
Yeah, I took a drink just before I left.
He said, "If I'm gonna do this, fuck, I'm not going out sober." Excuse
What's a
me.
good plan? View access log. Validation. Load holotape. Oh man, I've got a lot of holotapes. Let's see. Join the railroad. Logs. Network scanner. And do I have Tessa's holotape? I really need to get rid of some of these. Okay. I know the network
Railroad
scanner
holotape.
is something I have to do. Freddie, if you can not paw at the screen, that would be great.
Patriot.
No, let's start network scanner. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Meanwhile, let us go
Well, it's
forward
not
to this.
like you can't come back here.
Hello,
Why did you take
I
the?
wondered if you might make
stim
it here.
pack.
I thought you
You're
took the
quite
water too.
resourceful.
Nope.
I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Well, I'm already here, so
What's the worst that could happen?
might as well get rid of those. Oh, elevator is busy.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
Hey, remember the plot? It's back.
Many
Welcome to the Institute.
many hours later. Hey, we had shit to do.
This is the
Just like in Final Fantasy. Side quest!
We're gonna take a drink.
reality of the Institute. This place.
Well, this is rather
these
pretty.
people, the work we do. For over 100 years,
I'll be
we've
honest, it feels like we've
dedicated
kinda, like, you
ourselves
know-
to humanity's survival.
Hedged into this.
Decades of research,
Hi, Dad.
countless experiments and trials, a shared vision
I don't
of how
know.
science can
Call
help
him
shape
Padre.
the future. It
Padre.
has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground.
God, this is like the worst vault.
There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you.
Oh, I don't
about
know.
what
I've got like
we
3
can
stand-in
do
potential
for
moms
everyone.
for you.
But
What?
that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. son.
You know, I'm left with a few thoughts, and I don't know that I want to say them just yet, but if I don't, I'll forget them. So, what kind of weirdos sit there and tell the kid that they've kidnapped his backstory?
And
Not very good ones.
so that's all sci-fi, and... Hello?
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Oh, goddamn them. So many years stolen.
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father.
So they actually
what's
change his
going on?
appearance
What's happening?
to be based on yours.
If you didn't have your sunglasses on, you'd see that he has
Those
your
bastards.
eyes.
They took you from me.
What's going on? Father? Father!
You know,
He'll
this
be okay,
reminds me
Sean.
of the guy that I knew
Here
in college,
Go away! Father!
who
Help me! There's
always
somebody here,
referred to
help me!
his mom as mother.
Sean, please. Calm
Oh,
down.
yeah.
I'll get you out of there.
Mother wouldn't like that.
It's like,
Father, help me!
I swear, mother's just
Father?
such a
Father, help
pain.
me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus.
But yeah, and
Fascinating.
he always
At this
referred
point.
to his mom as mother.
The child's responses
And
were not at all what I
It was just such a
He's
sick
a prototype,
relationship
you understand.
to watch.
We're only just now beginning
any
to explore
context.
the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with
My
challenge.
beer has worn off.
Let's start anew.
And you can't take another drink.
I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
An unbelievable dick who's
This
wearing
is
your face. How did
insane.
you get this?
all of it.
The degree of trauma you're experiencing right now is understandable. Please, just try to relax. I know this is all difficult to take in.
I still sit here and say it. Who sits there and tells the kid they've kidnapped?
Oh, we're missing
We've kidnapped you.
teacups and the white
It's
rabbit.
it is possible that your father could be thawed out and could come
A sure
for
sign
you.
that you adapt
And-
quickly to stressful environments. But I need
I'm a
you to
dick.
realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could.
I know, I'm
imagine.
giving things away, and I don't
You
care
have
at this
traveled
point.
very far and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
Like, seriously, I just, it's the weirdest thing.
Is
We
it?
kidnapped you, but we're gonna put you
After
in
all
charge
the
of
things
everything,
you've seen
so
and
that makes it
experienced in the
okay.
Commonwealth,
Yeah.
think about it. In the vault, you have no concept of the passage of time.
OB, man.
You were
Dude,
released
what
from
the bleep bleep?
Wait,
You went
what the?
searching for the sun
Wait, what? What?
you'd lost.
What the
But
actual
then you
fuck?
learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept
Dun
that it was
dun
not 10?
dun.
60 years. That is the
That's
reality.
right.
And here I am,
What a twist!
raised by the Institute.
Dude, M. Night Shyamalan.
its leader.
M. Night Shyamalan? The only way that would be better is if his hat actually sat there and did a goose step.
It wasn't.
I don't know how you would do that, though.
taking you from me like that.
To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made
We're
all the
I
sense
was
in
talking
the
to Dave about something
At
he was
that
looking
time,
at.
the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity
His lip flaps are
and
off.
the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was
Well, they
the
were.
perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking,
Oh, Freddy is playing
talking,
with a
fully
catnip,
articulate, capable of anything.
Yep, B-Man.
Yeah,
Kellogg
B-Man.
actually stole him 60 years ago.
Yeah, Kellogg kidnapped him 60 years ago.
So the weird science experiments.
Actually,
needed
a little bit more than that, but whatever.
why they took
Ballpark.
In a manner of speaking.
And he's been at the
The
Institute.
Institute endeavored to
off and on
create
ever
synthetic
since.
organics.
Yeah.
The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupt.
And they raised him. I don't know that they raised him to be an unbelievable
Wasteland.
dick. I think that he was
Radiation
just taught to
affected
not be
everyone,
emotionally
even in their
attached.
attempts to shield
Yeah.
Which is just still
themselves from
kind of
the world
fucked
above.
up.
Members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the
You know, most
radiation-induced
infants frozen
mutations
would be
that
dead.
had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my
But there's
DNA
still something
that
wrong with
became the
you.
basis of the
You're an
synthetic organ
ass.
used to
Apparently-
create every human-like synth you see today.
You must take
I
after
am
your
their
grandfather.
father.
The guy we
Yeah.
don't
For your
know.
family.
The one who
The
made me
synth-
join
Hans
the army.
Jakob?
Hans Jakob, the one who made me join the army.
Yeah. So
Hans Jakoficus.
yeah.
Okay, we're making some shit up right now.
Yeah.
The Hans Jakoficus, and you must take after your asshole grandfather.
Actually, technically, yes, B-Man.
Actually, every synth is related. Every recent synth is related to us. I wonder is
So Deacon is actually kind of like
your
our-
your nephew
yeah. So
or another one of your sons.
yeah.
Since it's actually based on your son's DNA, that means actually you can sit there and you could
This
pat
really
Deacon
is
on the
a
head and say,
matter of
"Okay, little man," and it would be totally legit. Not only that,
It's really you.
actually, here's actually another question.
I know you must have
This has been going on for 60 years.
anything I can
They probably
do
had
to
some
help
How
failures.
old? Well, how old is Nick?
Nick is ancient.
He's ancient.
He
He's
predates
closer to
father.
like. So you're talking about him. He's like 150 years old,
Kellogg.
Yeah.
ballpark.
He was an
least.
institute asset
Well,
long before
They said
I arrived here.
early,
It wasn't
easy.
until I became
Yeah.
director that I learned
Freddie,
of all
Freddie,
the
no,
things
you put
he'd
that
done.
down.
What kind of man he was.
There you go.
Ooh.
You knew the man was a
Oh
psychopath,
man.
but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum.
Well, then again, I
The
don't know.
Institute took
Can
advantage of
synths
Kellogg's
reproduce
vicious nature.
at this point?
I will free
In which case, then it would only be like
Institute
you know,
weird.
technology prolonged
it'd
his
be
life,
weird, but
and
it wouldn't be.
his usefulness
completely unethical,
far
I suppose.
beyond any normal human lifespan.
I guess you can say what you
never
can do is
failed.
you can still go murdering with Curry.
But
Yeah.
his cruelty became
That's
more
safe.
apparent with every complete
Let's
objective.
go murder bot
I
with
won't
Curry.
It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So does that mean does that mean that anybody that you're gonna have sex with,
So
Is
you're in charge
robbing
of
the
the
grave?
Institute?
Yeah.
Or are
I
you
am
robbing
the
the
acting
cradle?
director, yes.
But yes, so
I spent
he
the
actually
days-
manipulated.
That's
So,
that's not the point.
It's a responsibility I'm
Yeah.
taking very
Man, I know. I mean, I'm saying technically, no, it wouldn't be kosher because
It really
genetically
is
you're
humanity's
related.
best hope for the future.
But then
No
again,
matter what those above ground
you know,
may think of us.
I guess if you're gonna go with the concept of brother or sister loving, as long as nobody can procreate, weird and creepy.
People
But
are always frightened by what they don't understand.
well,
Ultimately,
shit's
the Commonwealth has nothing
weird
to
and
fear from
things
us.
happen.
but I like the fact that it just cleared up that that Sean actually maneuvered the situation so that we would run into
Give me
Kellogg
time.
just so that we could
What
murder
else
him.
can I say to ease your mind?
Freddy, you are a spaz.
Your mother. She never
All
got
the
to see you
game-
grow up.
Yes.
Up to now has led us to the insane
What
plot
happened to her
exposition
was-
dump.
I've
Father
gone
could
over
have dropped a
it
letter on us
with
several
the
hundred
course.
murders ago.
It seems
It's
her death
still
was
wrong,
an
Nancy.
unfortunate
Wait.
collateral
I was not
Collateral
saying that
damage.
it was right. I'm just sitting here and saying not what I would do.
damage. That it's been such
Sean
a
had us kill
short
Kellogg.
time for you.
Now, I would say that
I
that's the
don't
more
have
ethical
any
question
direct
here.
knowledge.
Yeah, Sean.
Sean manipulated us into murder,
Yeah,
with the
and he
loss.
basically
which we were willing to do.
He basically made sure we would run into Kellogg's just so that we could kill Kellogg because he was like,
But
"Fuck
I've done
that
my
guy.
best
He
to
killed my
live
mother and kidnapped me."
my life. For many years, I
Which-
never
Which is
questioned
totally passive aggressive.
Yeah.
I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age
Kellogg,
comes
actually, I don't know, because of the fact that
and asking what is
the
more
kid that they showed
What
recently was
matters
a
now is that
10-year-old.
you and I have a
Uh-huh.
chance.
It's entirely possible that
begin
Kellogg never
again.
actually had any real
I know there's more
interaction
for us
with
to discuss.
Sean, but had interaction with the
The
synth
Institute is on the verge
Yeah,
of
Sean.
clones.
important
synth
breakthroughs.
Sean clones.
Your presence
So,
would be appreciated.
I don't know
as
that we can even argue
I've
that
been
Kellogg
part of
was a man
something
who raised him,
amazing.
and actually because of the fact
I've helped
that
to
Kellogg
build a
was
life for
outside of the
myself and
Institute,
the people of the
I would
Institute.
further actually make the argument that
After all
Kellogg,
these years,
outside
you
of
have an
bringing
opportunity
Sean
to help
to
protect.
the
Doesn't that intrigue you?
Institute,
Isn't
never
that
had
what
any
you
interaction with this Sean, with the Sean
Yes,
we are communicating
what I
right now
want. I
with.
know.
Any other incarnations
I know
of
you've
Sean
been
that he
through
was
so much.
dealing with were probably
I'm
synths.
pleased to see it has not impaired your judgment. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, you would be...
But was Kellogg
More than a
was
bit
Kellogg's memory that we
biased,
saw him with a young
There is much
Sean
to
or
be
him
done.
with a young Sean
You'll
clone?
need time to
One of the
acclimate
test
yourself.
runs to see how
A
it
chance
how
to
it
become
would perform out in the
acquainted
real
with our
world.
procedures.
Not only that, you have the whole question of because of the fact that
I'll do whatever it
Kellogg
takes.
was part synth.
It's worth it.
Basically,
I am glad
He
to
was a
hear
synth, which
The Institute
we
is
know
now
you
your
can
home,
wipe the
as much
memories
as it
of.
is mine. Please take some time, get to know it.
Well, who's to say
If
that
the
it's not
people will be
possible to
working with
selectively
You want to
implant and
introduce
remove
yourself
memory
To the division heads. Dr. Fillmore,
to your own
Dr.
benefit
Ao in
or
SRD,
advantage?
Dr. Holdren in bioscience. And finally, Dr. Lee in advanced systems.
Yeah, but
They've all been
every
notified
synth
of your
who
arrival,
has
of
a new
course.
memory
With
implanted,
them.
that
Then
memory
we'll
is real to
discuss what
them.
comes next.
yeah. The purpose of making Kellogg raise synth Sean's is basically research data. So we're gonna save after that plot dump.